to KD and his feelings in a bit, but first, Team Flight brother Max Pierce off the bounce touches his knee in the reverse.
Just all nonchalant about it, see?
Very cavalier. This mug's almost like I'm in slow motion. Super chill. Looking into the camera. He had to do that a few times. I'd like to get the tapes of how many times before he got that one right.
Ohio high school football, River Valley High School's Trey Davis, the spinning one-handed grab to score the touchdown.
It's in the water, man. That's how we do it in the OHIO. Nice grab.
I hate to do. That's usually your role.
Yeah, he got about a size 9 on. He might have made it, though. He ain't got no real big feet. How I know that? Look at that dude. Look at his hands.
Oh, you can just tell?
Yeah, well, big feet come with big hands, typically on a bigger body.
And finally, Winbur High School's Jeremy Layton.
Limber.
Underthrown pass with one hand.
Limbler. I thought you said Limber High School.
Well, that would make
go
sense.
ahead.
Right. That would be very apropos for the highlight. You don't typically see one-handed catches back towards the line of scrimmage. That quarterback, that's Kelly Bryant. No, I'm just playing, man. That's
Kelly Bryant was good in that high school. That's how he got the Clemson.
I'm just kidding, Kelly. I got your back.
The only thing he wears is a Clemson t-shirt.
Moving on to Kevin Durant now and his feelings, which are hurt yet again. Durant has had a calm offseason, coming off his second straight championship, coming off a finals MVP, coming off talk as to where he's placed in the pantheon of basketball players. His Warriors look to win their 4th title in 5 years, so why doesn't Kevin Durant have more awards, like even a Defensive Player of the Year award? Well, just Kevin Durant.
You know they're not going to give me anything. Even if it's on the fence, I have to be clear-cut better than everybody for me to even get a look. So
Why do you think that is?
I mean, it's just pure hate for me, obviously, and no appreciation for my real skill for the game. But I get it. I understand where we're coming from. I understand what we have here in this building that scares everybody. But for me, I was just proud of the growth that I had in that area, whereas I just wanted to be able to be relied on to guard anybody. You know, accolades, that stuff, that stuff is kind of long gone for me, unless it's like, you know, finals or something like that, where it's probably pretty even. But, you know, regular season awards, I mean, I'm never going to get a look when it comes to that, especially playing here for the Warriors.
What's he talking about?
I mean, he makes a great point. No Warrior with this super team could ever win Defensive Player. Oh, wait, Draymond won it 2 years ago. But, Kevin, that's a great mental place to be in, and I wish I could put myself in it, which is any accolade or award I don't get isn't because I didn't deserve it, just because folks must not like me. Let me tell a real story about Kevin Durant on that side of the ball. He was excellent last year for about 25, maybe 30 games. And then he went back to lackadaisical, good, but not great defense.
He was great in his first year with the Warriors.
Defensively?
Yes.
Absolutely. And his teammate...
The whole season.
And his teammate Draymond was better, and Draymond won Defensive Player of the Year.
But how did he win if he was on the Warriors?
Exactly. I mean, listen, if what Kevin Durant's saying is true, then they could have given Steph the Finals MVP last year. Steph and KD, by the end of the finals, had about equal. I argued that KD should have gotten it. I thought they might give it to Steph almost as a lifetime achievement award for the finals.
Yeah,
but
Steph got off to a slow start. The slow start in the finals.
Once again, absolutely. But by the end of it, Steph had the one monster game. I think it was game 2 of the finals, might have been game 3, where he had the monster game. KD hit the big shot in game 3. It could have gone either way. I thought it should have gone to KD. But the idea that there's some complex where, no, we're not giving you any awards. Of course it's going to be hard to win league MVP when valuable is in the word, and it's hard to define how valuable any of the Warriors are when they're all together. But it's not because people hate Kevin Durant. It's not because people don't like Kevin Durant or they're scared of what's in that building.
Kevin Durant has played about a season and a half of tremendous defense. And I think in his first season, people gave him a great deal of credit. But Kevin Durant, his effort in Golden State on the defensive end, it was far different than what we saw in OKC or when he was in Seattle initially when he came into the NBA. So I think people recognized him. Man, his overall rim protection, man, we didn't know he had that in him. Like, we didn't know where that came from. So we gave him credit for that. Now, is there a lot of hate for Golden State? Yes, there is. But there's not an award that they should have gotten that they didn't get. Like, they've gotten what they should deserve, in the regular season, there's not a lot of awards that can be won by them.
Right.
You know, All NBA, first to second team, Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond was worthy. Last year, during the regular season, what did they earn? They didn't earn anything. They kind of gave up on the regular season. They didn't really care that much about the regular season. When they were going for the best record, when they had sure enough points to prove to the rest of the NBA, yes, they were available for those awards. The MVP, when you put this kind of talent together, they canceled each other out. So if Kevin said that, yes, he's right about that. But defensive MVP, Kevin Durant, I'll make a challenge to you. All right? Go out and get it this year. From game number 1 to game number 82, show us you the best defender in the NBA. And I'll make sure that I campaign for you as a defender, because I'm always campaigning for you and your cray-cray, because I'm a little cray-cray myself, and I'm kind of attracted to that.
Well, and, by the way, you were campaigning for him for that award early through, I think, 10 or 15 games. He was leading the NBA in blocks. And you kept bringing that up, that Durant, we were worried about. The one thing on the Warriors we were worried about was rim protection.
Yes.
Other than Draymond, Durant was filling that role. And then he started getting thrown out of games. The Rockets leapfrogged them in the standings, and the Warriors were in chill mode. You just can't have it all ways. You can't go into a season basically admitting what matters is the 2-month sprint of the postseason, and then get upset you don't get regular season awards. Kevin Durant was not the best defender on his own team. He has never been the best defender on his team since he's gotten to Golden State, and you could argue even in Oklahoma City.
Right. If there's someone on Golden State that should be complaining, it should be Klay. Because Klay is a bad dude defensively. Year in, year out, he don't say anything. He takes the toughest assignment of anyone on Golden State, even tougher than Draymond. Draymond has more flexibility because he can go from the 1 to the 5. But night in, night out, the guy who is not respected is Klay Thompson as a defender.
And Klay's the guy also that gets left off all NBA teams.
Yep.
Klay's the guy that each year we're like,
and guess what? The dude who ain't going to leave. Klay.
The guy who's the happiest. But Klay, this cost Klay money. Klay's got to get his shoe deal from a Chinese company. Like, I mean, for real. Like, so Klay, and he doesn't say a mumbling word about it. Like, I don't understand that KD could think there's some conspiracy against him. He's got Kevin Durant.
But how could you not understand that?
I just don't understand why he would, I guess.
You're right, Jenna. We shouldn't be surprised.
I'm shocked that you're both surprised that he's upset that he didn't get something.
No, I'm not surprised. Like, this is how he feels.
Yeah.
This is how Kevin Durant. No. But I'm just making a case for him. Let's do it. 2018-19 season. Let's go get the defensive MVP. Let's go do it. You got the opportunity. Let's go do it, KD.
All right. Coming up.
Tweet me.
You heard
it. Man, I know you watch the show.
Zeke has some takes on the Cowboys offense. Next on First Things First.
He does watch the show, and Chris has been cheering for him.
Hey, you're my kind of guy. I like it. Shit. I'm in off the court.